嗨，我係 Hiva，誒，繼續玩對浪達。好錯，今日呢次我哋去翻上次我哋去上一集我哋去咗呢度嘅叫電波和月鏡啊，真地方。我哋上集就去到。我哋呢次睇下部分知先，呢行李箱冇嘢，連冇衫，好多衫喎，櫃孔咧，嗰啲櫃孔好似空溜溜，廢金屬，火柴，咁多火柴嘅，啲書包可唔可以擴大啲嘅？哇！全部都係書嚟喎，我見到。哇！嗰啲 locker 好多嘢喎，開臭啊！曬成個超物櫃。
Still eat this.
撬開呢個 locker，冇嘢執。有呢個咧，發現紅。就呢個咧，冇嘢。開埋個 locker。
Can't have too much water.
喂，咁多嘅，沖涼房有冇嘢啊？今日好似舊地沖涼多啲。呢度門開唔到，即係擺啲嘢落去。我諗都唔使咁多嘢食咯。我哋有冇真線包嗰啲？我哋嚟到呢一度嘅飯堂，即係廚房啦。土罐口，哇！呢度咧勁多物資咯，都係冇攞咁多住，因為唔夠位擺嘅。就算咁多物資俾我攞，我都唔夠位擺喎。啲書包，我究竟睇先。嗱，佢話去廚房休息一下咁咧，都仲係未有道門鎖咗，咁依家係朝頭早喎，係咪要揾愛德伍博士咧？呢啲門開唔到，呢度門都開唔到，呢度都開唔到，出口係呢一度。我哋唔係休息咗啦咩？睇先，呢度開唔到。咁邊度先有嘅？個門都開唔到。佢人喺度咩？好似唔喺度。但係呢度有個罅隙喎。 粗啊！呢度據我所知係開唔到啦。去抗操官喎，即時成一大房度。
You look like you could use this.
我需要呢一個。
There isn't enough coffee in the world, believe me.
Glad you could join us. It took me all night, but I think I figured out how we might be able to retrieve the data in the memory buffers. It's risky, but I don't think we have a choice.
我好樂意幫手，但係我有第啲地方要去嘅。係啊，
I delivered your message. I got Jace back to you.
我嚟問翻
My work here is done. There were other people who need
其
me.
他人需要我。
Listen, Mackenzie, is it? I'm not a trusting person by nature. But if John trusted you with his message,
John.
阿莊
you know him as Jeremiah.
Oh, so you do know him.
居然你識
Yes,
佢
it's a
嘅，
long story. Suffice to say that if John trusted you, I will also be forced to trust you.
Like I said, I have stuff to do, so
我
don't
仲
feel
有其他嘢
obligated
要
to
做，
include
所以
me.
你要
Mr. Mackenzie.
我只係要
Just
嚟
Mackenzie.
Mr. Mackenzie, whatever important thing you think you need to do, I promise you, it's not more important than this. This might be the most important thing anyone
史上
has
最
ever
最
done.
重要嘅大事，叫你重要先。
I have an idea for how to retrieve our data from the memory buffers, but to do that, I need the power back online.
Sounds like a tall order.
聽
given
嚟係相當困難嘅任務。
Normally, I'd agree. But the Suzuki telescope was built with a very specific purpose in mind.
It's electromagnetically shielded.
有
Exactly.
啲電磁
See,
屏
the
障。
whole reason this is up here is its location not only allows the telescope to broadcast and receive signals from space with almost unprecedented clarity.
Like I said in the mine, why else would you build a radio telescope in such a remote location?
係個咁
But the
咁
area's
咁
geological
沙卡
and
嘅地方
geothermal
見到望遠
characteristics lend
鏡
it。some very unique attributes.
Look, I'm not a
我都唔係科學
scientist.
家嚟嘅，
Can you flip a switch?
That I can do.
咁就冇問題。
Perfect. Look at this map. See these 3 black rectangles?
三個黑色方
These are
塊嚟，
substations for the station's geothermal plant.
I thought you said it was only enough to power the heat in your lab.
Currently, yes, but the system was designed to power the whole facility. The project was mothballed several years ago, and only the small feeder line left open, which is what is heating us right now. But the main line was mostly operational when they shut it down.
Okay.
哦，了
If
解
we
嘅
can get
咁
the。full system back online, we might have enough power to fire up the mainframes and pull the memory from the buffers before
Before what?
the memory gets wiped forever.
So the only way to maybe retrieve the data is to possibly get the system going long enough to pull the data down, and if we fail to have perfect timing, the data, my life's work, will be deleted forever.
Our life's work.
What do you need me to do?
用你想做咩先？
In each of the 3 substations, you should be
Hey,
able to
3個
find a
變電所
bank
分
of
別一
physical
排
switches. They're
實
currently
體
in
下
kind
開
of
關。
testing mode. Prime them and flip them to active. And, with any luck, we'll have power.
Okay.
誒，聽人哋都
Sounds
幾簡
easy
單嘅
enough.。
Problem is, once you start one substation, you'll have to hurry to the next. Normally, they would be turned on simultaneously by multiple crews. Here, you'll be on your own.
一隻靠我
If
自
you
己
take，too long, pressure will build up in the system and probably create a catastrophic
可能會
explosion.
引發有
Right.
毀滅性大爆炸。
Let's avoid that.
咁誇張？
Tell
咁
him.
誇張？
Tell him what?
You know.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Tell him.
我俾佢知
Tell
啲
me
咩
what?
先？
Well, you might not be alone out there.
Huh?
You might have noticed wildlife has been acting a bit strange lately, since the aurora first appeared weeks ago.
You don't say.
仲使你講嘅咩
For？some reason, it's even worse.
仲
up
使
here.
擔心？
Our working theory is the altitude and proximity to a range of anomalous geological strata.
It's okay.
異常嗰啲野生動物我仲應付得嚟嘅，
Great. You'd better get going.
有幾 佢啲動物有幾異常啊！
I'll
其
be
實
back before the next aurora.
下一次極光出現之前翻
Why
嚟
can't，things ever
哇！
be
每件事都搞我麻煩。
If my calculations are correct, we're due for another burst of heightened aurora activity very soon, which means the unshielded parts of the system will be vulnerable. Last time, the system shut down following emergency protocols. This time, there are no more protocols to protect the system. Another blast of geomagnetic activity like that, and the whole system could go up in flames.
Right. So,
所以
no
嗰啲
data.
資料就會消失㗎啦。
And what's so important about this data anyway?
係可能
Please
知
hurry, Mr. Mackenzie. Get this done, and I
先
promise you
完
all
成
the answers your
咗
curious
啲
heart
任務。
desires.
There's a supply room by the entrance we came in at. You're gonna want to grab some warmer clothes and whatever else you think might come in handy.
去嗰度有保暖嘅衣物。OK，我哋攞咗呢個儲藏室嘅鎖匙，準備執行第二避練所嘅任務。好睇下先，睇下你地圖。崩大火把，火把應該有用啩？整定咗先。我哋係咪出去先做任務定咩？應該出去先做任務，我覺得。每次我哋都係單獨一個行動。呢啲板拆唔到。
This place is a bit of a
呢
maze.
個地方嘅簡直好似迷宮咁，我都有同感。總之嗰啲嘢食咧，都已經枯晒㗎啦。
Depends on you now.
Oh,
咁信賴我，你冇記得我嘅蝕
I'll be
仔
careful.
搞
Just
啲咁嘅，我可以
Come back, okay?
OK，總之佢要我小心啲啦，係嘛？哦，睇翻地圖先。嗱，呢度係地熱地區。你進駐去啊，進駐去到呢個地熱地區。每一次要擴放個地圖先得。呢個時候可以揀 save 嘅呢一度。不過出到去先 save 咯，等陣啲。我哋要去前往地熱避練所，好。咦？但係點解
pack is getting kind of heavy.
左下角有個2分鐘計時喎，喺度生個避練所計時喎。地熱地區，但係個計時唔見咗。好，我哋炸啦，睇下個避練所喺度邊先。呢度係邊度？係號3號避練所。睇下避練所都唔係好遠。 但係左右兩好似有得行左右。1號電所，計紅3紅。今日我哋去嗰邊先咯。順便執埋啲樹枝。由呢邊兜過去咯。2分29秒，即係我哋有兩個鐘頭，2小時。飲一個汽水先。執埋啲樹枝。呢度要攀。快少少，因為佢要時間限制。我哋翻10幾分鐘。但係對追佢嘅體力好似唔夠咧，興奮劑啊！係咪呢邊咧？好似係呢邊。開門先。
I might have to drop some gear.
45分鐘整返。啟動，佢話要啟動喎。工作手號，唔係呢度啊！啟動變電所。Yeah， 開到啊！
Hope that worked.
開到2號變電所4個鐘頭。
I
don't have time to get stuck in here.
我燒傷
Gotta find a way out.
有燒傷。
Hey,
Too
Mackenzie.
tired. Back to this phone thing, I see.
Remind you of any prison in particular?
Those were good times. What's up, Jason?
Just saw the light for Substation 3 go green on my board. Nice work. Wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
It's slow going.
唔係順利，
Lots
呢
of
度有
angry
好
wildlife
好
out
多
here.
恐怖嘅野生
Yeah,
動
we
物。
tried to warn you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, be careful out there. I'll check in with you at the next substation.
要出
Will
邊
do.
小心。一陣先，啟動行動嗰邊啊！呢度月明貴人有啲咩？軍用興奮劑，哇好多嘢喎呢度。蒸水舷，雪櫃有冇嘢？能量人物。呢度咧，散彈槍，冇散彈槍。
There's gotta be another way out of here.
道門鎖咗，崩彈先。
That didn't work.
呢度行過啦，肯定會燒傷。呢度咧，呢度出翻去係咪可以？
Too heavy. One down.
我搞掂一個，個第二號就行直行，跟住轉左。啊！我哋可以行上去嘛，唔係行嗰個管道，因為佢管道好鬼熱。
I gotta hurry. I need to get.
剩翻31分鐘，都唔知嗰一次，因為咧我哋喺個蒸汽管道行到嘛，我哋試下行第二條路，但係去到呢個變電所先。26分。 我發現上去都唔知安夠時間，哇！即係要試下地先。
Hope that worked.
我哋喺呢個2號變電所，好似字條。
That seems to have woken up a lot of bad stuff.
我哋留咗呢個字條，好似
Feels like it's still burning.
檢重技術嘅事。佢哋發電廠工程師嘅記錄，由某本筆記本私下嘅自言，團隊規模縮減代表我哋必須出去一站一站咁跑，先可以安全咁促真啟動閉號。呢一季投咗3次。不過呢個時間有時間限制，但係唔知即係唔知會俾我繼續讀埋落去，好似嗰啲未揾到，你揾到未？唔知未揾。經濟呢個呢度啲嘅電視數咁多嘢嘅，都使咁多嘢啊！
There's gotta be another way out of here.
亂爆。飲咗去，飲埋呢個咖啡。我哋再睇一次呢度去到先。呢個真係〜嗰度死埋，係咪行呢邊咧？因為嗰邊個頭。而且得返38分鐘，我就趕得切喎。咁樣過36分鐘就係到啦，就係到啦。譬如興奮劑就有用啦。開門，我哋開埋嗰個電電鎖去開，嗰度開到兩個
Primed and
電
activated.
電鎖，跟住開埋嗰一個。有幾次個電話會變？呢次嘅電話去呢度嘅。
We gotta stop meeting
我
like
哋唔好
this.
再咁
How
樣
goes the
見面
war?
好唔好啊？
Not sure.
唔
think
肯定。
we're winning?
我估我哋就
Two
快
green
贏
lights on the board feels like we could be.
Something doesn't feel quite right though.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
我都唔知道
Can't put my
講
finger on
講唔出邊度
We'll
怪
keep an eye on it. I need you upright and breathing out there, getting shit done.
I'm on it.
我
Atwood's
努力
getting
緊啦，
squirrely.
已經。
She's pretty sure tonight's aurora is going to be a big one. I don't need to tell you how important this is, do I,
好似
Mackenzie?
生命危險。
I know what I need to do.
我
I'm
知道
seeing
點
some
做。
pressure building in the geothermal system. Gotta get that next station online ASAP, or we're gonna have problems.
Understood.
我會
Get it done.
Sorry to add more pressure, Mackenzie. Please be careful out there.
You know me.
你榮我啦，
Careful is
小
my
心就係
middle
我嘅
name.
導演詞。
I think you mean crashing my plane and having endless bad luck is your middle name.
Still here
我
though.
生存得
Let's
好
keep it that way.
So tired.
好攰。3個鐘頭。要點呢？變舊嘅船夫，
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
飲埋佢知呢個咖啡，即係換咗少少味。新鮮陽光。好，跟
Another
住
one
我哋
down.
出發，去啟動1號，啟動埋1號就搞掂㗎啦。都幾遠喎，都
I'm gonna
係
have to leave something
離
behind.
高咁遠喎，都係。
What the hell is that glowing stuff? It's like the aurora, but
同極光好似，但係就喺地面。因為我哋有三個鐘頭嘅時間。我哋有聽聞真係有支。
it's starting to get dark.
我哋加緊。
Gotta go faster.
嗱，小心啲！呢一條橋係爛咗，即係佢一半冇晒，我哋要行水管嗰邊。嗱，如果我哋玩緊對浪達，呢隻驚嚟。我哋用埋個軍用興奮劑就可以補滿佢。睇先前邊就係嗰個變電所，咁剩翻1個鐘頭度應該係難嘅。哇，亂包都冇。嗰個變電所就係呢一度前面嗰個方向。練咗時間，我哋都可以攞嚟咩啦？生火剩翻50幾分鐘到我哋有時間入去㗎啦。其實開埋個門。好，我哋去1號變電所，跟住再啟動。Yeah.
That's the last of them.
大家唔食啦，我哋要1個鐘頭翻去呢個控制室。
There's gotta be another way out of here.
1分鐘，1個鐘頭。
There's gotta be another way out of here. Not this again.
又嚟，
Need to find a way out. Gotta find my way past this mess.
呢個
I see 3 green lights on the board, and a bunch of this old gear seems to be powering up.
通過
Good
電腦
news.
咁啊，因為
How's it looking out there?
I think I've seen the worst.
我諗
The pressure in the
我已經
system seems to have dissipated, so that's one less thing to worry about.
Great news. How we're at with
咁愛
preparations
得
going?
5嘅正
She's
力工
in
作
heaven. Haven't been able to get a word in edgewise since the power came back online. She's been running from system to system, and I am just trying to stay out of her way.
All right.
好
hope our
啦，
plan
希望
works.
佢嘅計
Tell
劃
that
成功
man
啊
to！stop fooling around and get back here on the double.
I gotta go. If the big Aurora appears before we're ready,
I remember.
我覺
Life's
得
work
你
down
不
the
失
tube.
嘅
Exactly.
對動
be
作
careful
水
out
啊
there,！Mackenzie, and get back to us soon.
得㗎啦
I'm on my
快
way.
㗎啦即刻到，即刻到。咁即係我哋得呢度都可以走。
I might have to drop some gear.
我係
It
先
worked.
去翻愛德5嘅控制室，即係行呢邊啦。1個鐘後。其實呢一集都算長嘅，我覺得。睇先，整翻14分鐘。呢個咩㗎？係咪飛？咩？綠絲，血肉模糊嘅綠絲。哦，佢咧，佢傷得咁唔重啊，又好似被獅子咬過咁樣。但係我哋玩咁多，玩咁耐，對朗達咧都冇試過，都冇遇過獅子呢個動物。嗰隻阿路好血肉模糊咯，好似被獅子咬過。我哋去翻呢個愛德5嘅控制室。
Gotta get back to Suzuki before it's too late.
好似係，咦？觸發咗啲咩啊？咩啊？觸發咗啲咩啊？
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
翻去控制室啫，我以為有啲咩。控制室係我度。喺度升個符。好，咁我哋可以同佢哋傾下偈先。
You did it, Mackenzie.
做得到啊！
Yes, good work, young man.
It was
即係
no trouble.
小事一件啫。
Now,
有
do you have everything you
我
need?
有冇
I think so.
時間就
I
會
still have a job for you.
Right.
有咩事咧？
Please, accompany Jace up to...
I can handle that alone, Dr. Atwood. He's already done enough.
Accompany Jace to.
即係去
With
咩？
tonight's Aurora,
Hey, take it
we have a
on.
chance to collect the data now that the systems are nearly back online.
咁浪漫。
But I'm not sure Jace can handle the next part alone.
I don't need any help.
We need to get the data from the buffers back into the mainframe and then to the scope's relays for processing. But for that to work, we need the benefit of the program.
The program?
運用程式
Just a little something I put together during my graduate
咩意
thesis.
思啊？
It's a brilliant bit of coding, and without it, we'd be dead in the water.
Okay. So, what can I do?
The next parts are all about perfect timing, and we each have a part to play.
I'm sure I can handle the telescope.
Nonsense. This is too important to let pride get in the way.
Once more?
做一次合作，效果好穩。
Let's not make this a habit, okay?
Works for me.
冇問題。
You two had better get moving. We're running out of time.
就快冇時間。好， 調節室即係邊度？即係呢度，即係呢一度本身係鎖咗，但係變咗開咗。即個樹軒。
Could they have built a more confusing space?
我可唔可以自己行㗎？哎呀，塞住咗添，會蝕。
This place is old, but it has good bones.
調節室咁入嘅，好入㗎。Oh my god！呢個成呢一度簡直係個迷宮喎。呢度去邊㗎？呢度俾嘢塞住咗，去唔到。我哋去呢邊啦。
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
壞咗。我哋嚟到調節控制室。
Feels like the whole facility is slowly waking up. That aurora is a real mystery. It's almost like magic, really. Imagine the logistics involved in building this facility. Staggering. The people who built this had no idea how important it would be someday.
絕對你諗唔到。呢啲 first 先啦，如果行入去，呢個對話仲未完嘅咩？呢個有冇消失到？你頭先都你都入唔到嘅。
Well, well, there she is, the Suzuki Radio Telescope. Isn't she beautiful? Lit up by the aurora.
都靚嘅，其實
Never seen it so bright.
環境都前所未有嘅榮亮。
It's massive.
Let's hope we're not too
唐
late.
熱大物。所以而家我哋要點咧？
Okay, time to get this party started.
最
There's
開
a
始
fair bit of
排隊。
interference. Keyboard is glitching a bit. Can't be helped, we're way past long shots at this point. Loading the program.
再入
Now
程式開始。
Are you in place? I'm seeing some spikes on the sensors at the peak.
Shouldn't be long now.
就快
What do you need me to do?
我做咩先？
Okay, this is the tricky part. I'm gonna have to run the program and update the code in real time to modulate for the aberrant magnetic field and...
Jace.
So I'll be busy focusing on that.
調節室佢
Meanwhile,
調節
once the telescope grabs a signal, we'll need to follow the source. The new data will help flush the buffers, and the data in the buffers will get pushed to Dr. Atwood's workstation for processing. It's an archaic system, but best I could
Sounds
do
like
with
these.
30-year-old technology.
I'm still not
我
clear
都唔
on
明
what you
你
need
嗰
me
個
to
做
do.
咩？我都
You're a
其實都
pilot,
唔
right?
明。
Yep.
冇錯
Know how to adjust your heading to follow a radar beacon?
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea.
好市場啲。
Same principle. Grab the big metal wheels at the base of each leg of the telescope sensor assembly. You'll see a bunch of numbers around the edge. When my program outputs specific bearings, I'll shout them to you. and then you have to find a way to match those bearings as quickly as you
咁
can.
複雜嘅咩？可以
enough.
呢
The
啲
timing
複
has to
雜
be perfect.
呢啲唔
Got
難
it.
Like exactly
Yeah, they-
perfect.
I hear you loud and
非
clear.
常明白，一定做到
Did you
嘅
say you got here after crashing your plane?
Don't start.
誒唔好提呢件
Get
事。
ready. I'm seeing some power spikes. Something big. It's happening.
Get ready, Mackenzie.
咁所以我哋要去調節望遠鏡。天線嚟嘅，點會係望遠鏡嚟嘅？呢度門鎖咗，所以我哋要去呢度打門。
What a mess.
Look for the wheel, Mackenzie.
運轉啊！即係呢一度擺唔定啦。你呢個15分鐘冇一個喎，即係我哋可以探索嘅呢15分鐘。轉啦
Here we go. 141 degrees.
141，呢條 D 141係咩？咁樣轉，明喎，咁樣轉，入邊141，落141。哦，如果向右轉就會順時針，向左轉就逆時針。得未啊？死啊！30。啱啊！
Great. You did it, Mackenzie. Now get to the next one.
啊，仲要繼續，仲要繼續啊！OK。
Look for the console with the big wheel on it. Come
有
on,
個大
Mackenzie.
戰
How am I supposed to find anything down here? There's gotta be a way through here. Dish is huge.
跟住要咩數字啊？捉唔到喂，終於捉到啦！
That's it. We're getting close now. Keep going. Okay. 67 degrees.
7度，即係007啊！我哋向逆時針轉。
Jace? Everything okay over there?
Don't worry. Keep going. Last bearing incoming. Come on, you sweet, sweet program. Don't let me down.
左邊度？喺上面。可能即係
156, Mackenzie. Get to 156 before the whole thing blows.
156。我哋要同時間夠快。
Now, Mackenzie.
搞掂。就依家。
Mackenzie!
冇事。 機器有電，着晒火添。
The program?
嗰個程式咧，
She did the most any program can hope to do. Her job. Now let's hope Dr. Atwood got what she needed. Because this gear is toast.
我哋轉轉下，呢個機器就會爆炸。
It's coming now. All the data just flooding out of the buffers. It worked. God damn it, it worked.
Oh, thank goodness. I'd hate to have to restart my PhD.
You did brilliant work, my girl. Absolutely brilliant. We just need to keep the data flow, ensure it comes in a continuous flow, uninterrupted.
How long before the data is
要
ready
幾
for
耐先
analysis?
準備好呢個分析資
These
料？
are old systems, and it takes a while
呢
for
個
them
老
to
舊
crunch
系
through the
統
numbers.
發
It'll
達
be
一
hours
段時
before
間
we'll...
即係熄晒火，
Wow,
熄
shit.
熄晒燈添。
What the hell just happened?
頭先發
It's
生
not the
咩
power
事？
this time. Geothermal plants
May
still
tinig
showing up
man
green
hay.
on the board.
Some kind of overload, or emergency shutdown.
What now?
Now we do this the old-fashioned way. We start combing through the numbers.
仔細梳理數字。
I'll get us some light. Do you see anything that would indicate the level of K index we might expect to...
Shush, girl. Let me read.
Do you want me to grab a printout and I...
Could it be a G10?
Is there something I can do? To...
Aha! Here it is.
做咩？
Here it is.
就係呢
There
個，
it is.
就係嗰個
What do you
咩
see?
㗎？
It can't be. That silly old British bastard was right. He just never knew how right he was.
呢個係咩事啫？
Why did it have to happen in our time?
British bastard?
我哋解釋一
Please
下
explain.
頭先發生咩事。
For you to fully understand would take more time than we have. I'd have to go back
呢
more
個
than
追溯到
150 years.
150幾年前。
I like a good
哦，
story.
好
I think we deserve some answers.
Very well.
哇！
In 1865, a British scientist and naval officer was tasked with supporting the research of a scientific team, seeking to create a kind of communication that could travel over the air. The Admiralty felt that dependence on the telegraph was holding them back. This Navy man was inspired by stories he'd heard about the Carrington event 6 years prior. At the time, the largest geomagnetic event ever recorded. He had heard that the abundance of static electricity in the air had powered telegraph lines, even after the operators had unplugged them. Fires broke out due to this geomagnetically induced current. It got him thinking. This scientist's research led him all over the world, and he began to piece together a picture of the Earth's geomagnetic profile, and something about the operation of the sun and its effects on the Earth's magnetic field. Remember, this was 150 years ago, and well before they had the equipment to prove any of this. But a theory began to take shape in his mind that suggested the sun went through cycles of geomagnetic activity, waxing and waning, but sometimes spiking inexplicably in dramatic ways.
一個咩古
The
仔啊？
historical record held evidence of many of these events.
講
But in
啲咩歷史
pre-industrial
啊？
times, the impacts were more subtle. Even in the mid-1800s,
不過
there wasn't enough power
啲
infrastructure
啲
to
冇
really feel the impact of
其
these
實我覺
spikes,
得就攞
so it wasn't of
都
grave
都幾長
concern. But the
Okay,
growing dependence on telegraphy suggested this shouldn't be
即係有
ignored.
生存有劇情。
And this scientist predicted that if the level of electrification continued to grow exponentially, as was predicted, this would create a serious vulnerability that could be exploited by their enemies at great cost to industry and society at large. He was given a secret commission from the Royal Geographical Society to prove his theories, and to come up with a strategy that would ensure the British
多
were in the
策
strongest
略去
position
令英
to
國
exploit any such
但是
geomagnetic
呢一
disaster.
個叫做電地
After
線
another
嘅
decade
災
of
變。
research, this scientist began to suspect that
呢名
this
科學家開始懷疑呢一
geomagnetic
種
current that
喺
existed
身
all
邊
around
嗰個
them
叫咩
could
電
impact
線
many other things and more deeply. He began to study migration patterns of
美國
animals
用科學
and
嘅
gathered evidence of whale strandings, bird die-offs, and other unexplained mysteries relating to
知但
animals'
係
innate
大家聽
abilities to
得明
navigate vast distances with great
啲劇情
precision
嚟講。
without the benefit of modern tools or equipment. Eventually, he knew he had to travel north to the Arctic to really test his theories. And in December of 1865, he took a ship and a crew of Navy scientists and mariners in a specially commissioned research vessel, a modified bomb mortar ship, fashioned after the Terror and Erebus from the ill-fated Franklin expedition. His ship was named
呢度算並
HMS
命名為
Intenebris,
幽暗號。
and he took it and a crew far above the Arctic Circle, along with an array of unique recording equipments he had crafted himself, with the hope of collecting data to support his theories. This scientist and Navy man was
咩一名海軍科學
Captain
家，但係愛
Edmund
德
Wintermute.
The word in Mackenzie's secret message.
係咪即係死
It was a
咗
person's name.
Wintermute's mission was to collect data near the Arctic Circle, and he and his crew were also tasked with the goal of resupplying a small Navy research outpost that had been set up as part of Wintermute's program the year before. Some of the crew on Wintermute's ship was designated as relief for the outpost's crew, and Wintermute was meant to bring the replaced men home to their families. A few days away from the Arctic Circle and 2 days from their destination, Wintermute recorded increasingly active aurora and other geomagnetic activity around the ship, including St. Elmo's fire. But he also noticed something else. As evidenced by their journals, many of the crew were having trouble sleeping, with some experiencing full-blown insomnia that worsened as they traveled further north. Some were also beginning to forget things, their journal entries occasionally slipping into childlike language or outright gibberish.
呢個日子咁長。
2 days out from their destination, the night watch rang the ship's bell to announce a man had gone overboard. The man, an experienced mariner, had been observed to simply walk off the deck of the ship. By all rights, a calm and
佢平時
dependable
係個
sailor.
性格平穩又可
This
靠嘅
event shook the
水手。
crew's morale. Wintermute did his best to keep them focused, but he was still inexperienced as a ship's captain, always more the scientist than sailor or Navy man, and he could tell the men were increasingly becoming anxious,
咪水手係海
even
軍科學家。
distrustful.
Walked off the ship and straight into the
嗰
water.
個有隻又夾板
Exactly.
度跌落海
But。things got even stranger after that. When they arrived at their destination, a small island surrounded by sea ice, they found the Navy observation camp that Wintermute had set up the year before completely abandoned. The shelters were mostly destroyed, the relentless Arctic winds having shredded their canvas. The sled dogs were killed, some seeming to have been eaten.
好
Many
慘
of the
喎！
men found dead, their bodies frozen in their beds, some showing signs of having been attacked or murdered.
Yikes.
Keep in mind, the Franklin expedition was still fresh in the public imagination during this time, including all the rumors of
遇
cannibalism.
上食人族嘅傳
Wintermute
聞
could tell some of his men were nearing their breaking point, so he sent them back to the ship and took only a small group of trusted officers with him to search the rest of the small island. On the far northern side, in an icy bay, they found the remainder of the outpost
講古
crew,
仔係1個鐘頭
their
咁長
bodies
㗎啦，
frozen
就
solid in the ice. Some appear to have walked in and simply frozen in place.
Jesus. And I thought we had
都
it
以為
bad.
我哋夠慘添。
Not wanting to completely abandon his research, but also recognizing the fragility of his situation, Wintermute kept a small group of trusted and hardy men with him, He offloaded sufficient provisions and equipment for them to survive up to 6 months, and sent the crew and the Intenebris back to London, with the request that they send a rescue ship to pick them up.
That's dedication. But what does it have to do with
但
our
係不
data?
過同我哋嘅資料有
I'm
咩關
getting
係
there.？
其實
Months
講咗
later,
咁
the
耐，
relief ship returned to find only Wintermute remained.
就係同歷史
He
有咩
left
關係？
books of
呢
scrawled
個歷
notes,
史同我
data
哋
he had
我哋嘅
gathered
資料有
using
咩
his
關
novel
係？
devices, sketches and observances of the men he had kept with him, and a detailed diary outlining their slow but progressive decline into a kind of fugue and madness. Wintermute was accused of murdering the men, brought back in shackles, and once back in England, summarily court-martialed and committed to a sanatorium. His equipment, journals, and the data therein were hidden by the Admiralty, and the Royal Geographical Society renounced Wintermute's membership and denounced his research,
話佢
claiming he had
受
gone
生
rogue.
病狂
His
啊！
work disappeared for
Indeed.
over a century, until I dug it up.
Why haven't we ever
點
heard
解我哋
this
從來
story
冇聽過呢
before?
件事嘅？
Exactly the question you should be asking.
其實
I had encountered odd and
咪係咯，
inexplicable
都係
references to
咁
his。
我就係
research,
想
but
咁講。
always leading to dead ends. I finally managed to get my hands, through no small feat of my own canny research and a dogged determination, I might add, on a few of his earlier papers. It wasn't easy, believe me. A woman, let alone a woman who isn't white, had to work 10 times harder to get access to this material, but I managed to do it. I spent the next 20 years piecing it together, tracing the fingerprints of Wintermute's theory, collecting his data, analyzing, and then adding to his research with research of my own using increasingly modern equipment. And the more I dug, the more data I collected, the more worried I became. Because not only had Wintermute's original fear come to pass, that the world had become dependent on the electrical grid, a technology that would easily be taken offline should any Carrington-level geomagnetic event occur, but even worse, that the Carrington event of 1859 was like a tiny spark compared to the massive, overwhelming storm that might come in the future. I started to talk to others about this, but of course, people thought I was crazy. They ignored me at first, then started to denounce me, and then ostracize me. Until I eventually found myself so far on the fringes of accepted science that I was entirely isolated, with nobody to trust, nobody who would believe me. I lost my job, my marriage failed, all my academic credentials were thrown into question.
Ah, this explains something about your reputation.
就
Dr.
解釋到
Atwood.
佢啲明星嘅有啲傳，
Nobody would believe me,
除
except
咗阿
for
莊冇人信
John,
佢。
who you met as Jeremiah, Mr. Mackenzie. He was a young corporal in the Canadian military when I first met him. Handsome, as I recall. It's a long story on top of an already long story, so I won't tell it all here. But the
好漫長嘅
important
故
thing
事。
was he was stationed at a radar
即係
observation
學
post along
即
the
係
dew
呢
line,
呢
far
一隻
north,
名，
and started
個
to
遊
observe
戲
some
名，即係
strange things of his own.
即係冇講錯，叫
He
白板
followed
出
the
嚟。
trail, which eventually led him to me. And when we got together, there were sparks, I tell you. To be believed by someone, it was like a drug. We worked to uncover more data, and he kept his eyes and ears open, using his military connections to gather more information carefully. And he moved up the ranks, but always stayed under the radar, putting his career aspirations aside to ensure he could stay close to the facilities we needed access to. But it was never going to last. At one point, he was caught accessing some classified data shared with our NATO allies, and they thought he was spying for the Russians, so they put him in military prison. And we lost touch. Years later, he actually found me here, at the radio telescope. He was a changed man.
變咗個人，
His fire was
佢就
gone.
自熄滅
They'd
咗。
somehow...
即係嗰個男嘅
He said he
嚟
still
揾亞嗰個博士，
But he
嗰
couldn't
個
be
叫
part
亞
of this
邊個
journey.
温德茂定
And
唔知
that's the
邊
last
個
time I saw him. That was
廿
more than 20 years
廿
ago.
年廿幾年前嘅事。
I can't believe he's still alive. And on Great Bear, no less.
You can't possibly
呢個
believe
真
that's some
係以
kind
為
of
係一種巧合。
Jeremiah being here?
偉亞係
What
呢
are
個
you
出現
suggesting?
Isn't it obvious? He stayed here for you, to be close to you, to keep watch.
He's been here ever since,
佢
close
從
by,
個
in
之
case you
後
might
就一
need
直
him.
喺呢個附近。你
And as soon as he saw the aurora
當
and what
佢
it could
而
do,
當佢見到極光嘅時候，
He knew.
由極光帶嚟嘅
he
影
saw
響。
the signs.
佢好似見到
When I met him, he was nearly killed by a
佢
bear.
差啲被
And
俾
when I left
俾
him, he
熊
was still
殺
not
死
much
啊！
more than half alive. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have come here himself. But he sent me to warn you. He made me promise. And he knew by then what that promise would mean.
He sent you in his place. And it's a good thing he did, because now we have the final piece. This is the answer we've been looking for all these years.
Do we finally have it?
I think we do, dear.
I'm not
我
following.
都聽唔係好明。
All my research here, and Jace's since she joined me, has been to try to anticipate, to get ahead.
Ahead of what?
復發啲咩
The
先？
next big Carrington level event.
The thing Wintermute spent his life also searching for. And others, lesser scientists, industrialists, crackpots, even here on Great Bear. The island's unique geologic strata and northern latitude created a perfect test bed for geomagnetic research. Even a few decades ago, a German industrialist named Rudiger. But that's not important.
Dr. Atwood, do we know the terminus?
We do, my dear.
And when is it coming? Do we have time to prepare?
No, dear.
準備啊！
It's already too late.
哦，已經係
It's already started.
What does that
開
mean?
始
It means we're in a new geomagnetic normal. What you've seen so far is really just the beginning. Things will get much worse from here on out.
But how long will it last? Carrington was over in a few days, weeks at most.
Oh, this is much bigger than
之
Carrington.
前俾卡倫頓
How
事
long,
件
Doctor?
都要撞，都
I
要嚴重
hesitate to
啊！
say. With the data I have, I can only offer a vague range. 40 to
40
400
到400
Hours?
Days?
日啊，
years.
年
Wintermute tried to warn us 150 years ago, but nobody listened. And now we're at the very beginning of a
我覺得佢
geomagnetic
好
storm.
氹氣，覺得
A disaster of such proportion we've not seen its like in recorded history.
唔係講笑，真係超長。
Power grid is down. Everything humanity has built over the last 100 years or more, based on technology, electronics, everything based on the integrated circuit, electricity, it's gone.
我建
It's
我建議啲網民睇晒佢咯，如果一個鐘頭差唔
Nature
多
is。changing. And soon, we'll begin to see the impact on people. We won't emerge unscathed. And this period of darkness will last from 40 to 400 years. A new dark age. The long dark.
漫漫長夜，即係
And
現
what
在呢個
humanity will
名
exist on the other
呢
side
個
of
戲
it.
名
I cannot
真
even
係
begin
真
to
係
guess.
驚
Then I need to warn her. I need to get to Perseverance Mills.
You're talking about your ex-wife,
佢
the doctor?
去翻嗰個時差。
Astrid will be there. And she needs what's in this hard case.
What's in the case? And what kind of doctor?
She's a researcher.
佢研究員嚟喎，
Insomnia,
即係前
memory loss,
前妻嘅
fugue states. I think she stole some experimental meds. She's trying to help a friend,
其實幫
a
一個朋
child
友，
that's suffering from some mysterious illness. I'm
患
not
難
sure.
見真情，
Go to
我
her.
想要。
Regardless of what's in the case, you can bring her here. Her and anyone else you care about. We
但
have
係
to
知
think
但
about
但
the
係知
survival of the
佢
species
佢
now.
係咪仲係見人模仿呢？
But what can we possibly do here?
Oh, Jace, my silly girl. Have you forgotten what this facility is built on?
I just know it's some government thing.
Before it was repurposed for use with the radio telescope, this was an observation post for monitoring satellite communications. Mostly American, Russian, some Chinese, Cold War stuff.
But why here? Who would think we'd be spying from here?
Exactly. A few floors below us are the magnetically shielded dorms and storerooms designed for the folks who used to live and work here back in the Cold War. The whole place is basically a big bunker.
Right. And the team that built the geothermal plant left various supplies behind.
Exactly. There's probably enough dry rations and assorted supplies there to feed dozens of people for a couple of years.
Survival of the species, huh?
I'm afraid so.
Then I better get to it.
最好快啲去啦，係咪？我哋要去喺堅忍魔方揾到前妻啦，我哋超長嚟嘅。好究竟呢個即很石可唔可以即係下一集會揾翻前妻咧？再嚟下一集再繼續咯。其實呢一集比較超長啲。你頭先講咩啊？調節模擬鏡。